What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the season premiere of the BTSI show. Yo, it's Christopher J. Thank you guys for tuning in. As y'all can see, 10. This is the start of season 10. We started this on Friday, March 20th, 2015. That was the birth of season 1. To be here is unprecedented, in my opinion, because honestly, this was unexpected. More ways than one, but we here, man. So I do want to thank you guys for pulling up. Let's see who's already here to join us. I know I got main event in the back. We're about to talk about that. E Black is in the building. What's up? So is Robbie. Hey, sweetheart, how you doing? Royalty is officially in the building. Red lipstick vibes. And like I said in the chat, American Rifle, you and your mustache combined will never be more interesting than me. So just wanted to point that out to you. And just to remind people, we are simulcast. We are live on YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram Live, and also we're back on Clubhouse. But before we jump into the first topic, because hopefully y'all watched that video, the first docket is it's only right I have to do Wrestling Wednesday. My wrestling shows, fans have been the utmost support, so they take precedent over everybody. But we're about to get this started. On your way in, like this video, subscribe to my YouTube, follow me on the social, links are located in the description. $, the BTSI shows the Cash App. Participate, waive all rights and privacy. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Once we reach that goal, one lucky person will get $100 in the Cash App giveaway. First and second runner will receive some Cash App prizes as well. Where is my whatchamacallit? There it is. We're going to start this season right. I'm not afraid to talk about anything. I talk about what I want to talk about, and it is what it is. I need to do my wrestling. I haven't done it in a while, so we're about to talk about it later on today. Just to prepare you guys, we are going to talk about, in the next segment, will be quick hits. We are going to talk about Quiet on the Set. Daniel Schneider spoke out. We're going to speak on Ryan Garcia, and I got a few words with this Benzino thing because this is starting to work my last nerves. And we on Lock Nation is in the building. What's going on, man? But coming to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, making his debut on the BTSI show, Chaz, my brother, linked me with oh boy. He likes his wrestling. I do too. There's gonna be interesting conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, the main event is here. Main event. What's going on, fam? How you doing?
All right. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Usually I'm overdressed for my wrestling topics, but I think today's a special occasion.
Yes, I see you over there fly, man. You fly. You
And
know?
hey, people, because I wear a tactical uniform every day. I showed this picture already. And some people like you just trying to show off, maybe, but uh, this is what I literally wear every day.
Okay.
That's
Yes,
literally what I
sir.
wear. I literally wear this every day. Obviously, I have to take out the badge number, the shield, and anything that if anybody's trying to ruin me. And yes, I already know main event know who this young lady is already. I should
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
put in the chat like, can y'all guess who she is? But y'all don't heard me talked about it already.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, well, I gotta
Eh,
let people know. I tell people don't let the tactical form fool you. I am the best dressed on YouTube. I put that against anybody.
Yes, sir.
But let's talk about it. I'm definitely gonna be watching in between my game show tonight. I will be watching Dynamite because, ladies and gentlemen, excuse me, formerly known as Sasha Banks, Mercedes Money is officially All Elite Wrestling, and it only makes sense. Come to Boston, and usually you watch these AEWs. It's not really done in like the major arenas unless you got somebody big coming. Like for example, in Houston, we got the NRG Park, which is not holding to the Toyota Center. But if something major happens, they're going to take I don't know how many couple of thousands all the way to the 16,000. TD Garden, when they knew Hometown Hero was coming back, they signed Sasha Banks to AEW. Just to let everybody know who don't know who this young lady is, real name is Mercedes Justine Fernando. She signed with AEW this past Wednesday. And the question is how. Excuse me. Heads up, you guys. I'm slightly under the weather, but I wasn't going to miss the show. Now, people say now for fans who understand contracts and cross brands. How did this happen? New Japan Wrestling and AEW has a potential partnership that's brewing. So that's what's gonna happen. So that's how they was able to make this change. And what makes this even more remarkable, keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, she suffered a career-ending injury last May, foot injury. They said she was supposed to be done. This is about John Cena-esque when it comes to recovery, dedication, and hard work. Not only did she get back in the ring, she signed with AEW. Now, obviously, how much money did she sign for? Ain't nobody gonna really release that. I mean, yeah, you can forget that. This ain't NFL. This ain't the NBA where you can skim through the contracts. Nope. Wrestling promos, mind your fucking business. And also, that has everything to do with because it being scripted wrestling with a slight bit of legitimacy. If you declare wrestling as an official sport, the taxes that they have to pay, no, I don't think even Vince McMahon can withstand that type of ass whooping. So we're not gonna find the details of the contract till probably later. But she's officially signed with AEW, and just let everybody know, obviously, she's cousins with Snoop Dogg, Ray J, Brandy, but by far top 5 blasphemy. I understand. Top 5 or top 10 female wrestlers of all time. And I have to stand by that. Man, what's your thoughts on this?
Man, it's lovely that she made that move, but it's all on Tony Khan to push this new evolution for the women's division, because the women's division is slacking in AEW. If you ask me, I think they could do like more women matches and promote the women a little better. Hopefully, that's what Sasha Banks is there for, like to help elevate the women's division and push it to a further level. Now they got talent on the rosters, but it's like Tony just don't know what to do with them exactly.
My issue with Tony is he overbooks. You got too deep of a roster. It got so bad you have to create a second show, AEW Collision, and you're still screwing that up. Have people for Dynamite, have people for Collision, and keep in mind with WWE they have at least 3 shows, weekly shows. So it's like let's spread the talent around, so that way everybody gets their respected airtime.
Right.
So, and also with these women, this is why I'm very grateful for Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné, formerly known as Sasha Banks, Charlotte, Becky, Bayley. Because I told people when they made a debut in WWE, they were out wrestling the men, particularly Mercedes Moné and Charlotte Flair.
Right.
So you can get a Mercedes Moné in AEW, but the question is who is going to match that energy? Obviously, Saraya can, because she's cut from that cloth. So that's the least of my worries. Tony Storm can be, formerly known as Ruby Riott. She can do that as Ruby Riott. Yeah, Ruby Riott can do it to a degree, but you need more than that. And the problem is they're dealing with, how can I say, they're dealing with female wrestler who still have a divas mentality versus actual wrestlers commitment. Right. So at least WWE, they can mix both. Because I like Tiffany Stratton. Yeah, I'll say it. I like her.
Star power.
And also Nikita Lyons. Fine as hell. Body, neck down. Yeah. Fellas, I don't care that they white. They look good. Damn all that.
Nikita can't stay in the ring. She injured, right? She injured again, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because she was on Booker T's podcast the other day. I need to finish watching that. Okay. But yeah, salute to Mercedes. Get your money. But next topic, the Hall of Fame. This was not surprising. I'm just gonna need Triple H to be organic with it. Prior to his departure, Vince McMahon quota for the Hall of Fame, there has to be a black wrestler and there has to be a female wrestler. And report is Triple H is going to continue that same trend. Now, I'm a firm believer that if anybody understands, Triple H understands. So if you deserve to be there, you will be there. Right now, they have obviously they on the celebrity wing. They have Muhammad Ali. They inducted another brother this past Monday. I forgot his name, and they already have a woman that's already in the Hall of Fame. I'm gonna say this: I'm a person I don't care for quotas. Like real talk, like read that shit because if you just I don't want you to be there because you're black. I don't want you to be there because you're a female. I want to be there because your accomplishments to this industry solidifies that you want to be there, that you deserve to be there versus there's a word I'm looking for, but it just so my mind just went blank. But affirmative action, more or less, but you get what I'm saying. But
yeah,
that came out either this week or late last week. That news broke. That's how Vince McMahon ran his Hall of Fame. I would say keep it genuine. If you deserve to be there, you're gonna be there. But what's your take on that?
Yeah, I don't really get into the Hall of Fame, like, like talking about, but they have to, or in my circle, I'm like, they gotta induct Bray Wyatt. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
why not?
We had that conversation when he passed. God damn it.
R.I.P. to Bray.
And I'm glad that they're gonna that during that documentary, Bray Wyatt becoming immortal. Ooh, see, this is the tough one. My heart says induct him. That's what my heart is saying.
Yeah.
But objectively, I have to ask myself, has he done enough to be inducted? Now, he is a two-time world champion. Let's give him that. I think he won another belt, if I recall correctly. But if you want to, but this is where you have to, I guess you have to take it outside of the ring. Like, look at the personalities that he has came up with from the original Bray, put NXT to the side. Original Bray Wyatt. Then you came to The Fiend. Then you came to the Mr. Rogers form of Bray Wyatt. And he was about to introduce another version of Bray Wyatt. And I like the Bray Wyatt with Uncle Howdy as well.
Right.
So if they do let Bray Wyatt in, I do think it has everything to do with emotional pit.
Yeah.
Like I had to be honest, but hell, let me be the first one to tell you, ain't nobody gonna be more happier than me if he gets inducted. Yes, I know you have to put an asterisk on it, but it's like, fuck it, we'll figure it out later.
Yeah, hopefully, I'm hoping they do it though, man. Because that's the only person I can think of in my head off top. Because I don't really I ain't never really just got into the Hall of Fame like that. I don't even watch it. You feel me? But if they put Bray in there, of course I'm gonna watch it.
Oh yeah. You want to talk about the most sought after tickets for Hall of Fame that will ever happen is if Bray Wyatt gets inducted. Yes, but speaking of inductions before we get to Minneapolis, hey, salute to Paul Heyman. Long overdue.
Oh yeah. I don't know why I thought he already been inducted, but he was trying to wait till he retired, right?
I think the situation had to be right. Paul Heyman, the human, is a humble person, so I get it and I understand. Besides, it's Philadelphia. Who's more Philadelphia when it comes to wrestling? Who's more Philadelphia than Paul Heyman? Because we got to think about the history. He created ECW in that city, and it grew from there. So it's only right that he gets like it. And now that I think about it, it would have never hit my mind, but probably maybe after the fact, I'm like, how the hell did y'all miss inducting Paul Heyman to the Hall of Fame? Because I knew as soon as Undertaker beat Brock Lesnar, he's going to the Hall of Fame. I was like, solidified, go right there,
right.
And I also brought up Minneapolis, ladies and gentlemen. If I recall, WrestleMania 41 is going to be Minneapolis next year. If that is true, because that's one of the cities that I need to touch. And also, ladies and gentlemen, I have a special announcement later on today. Speaking of cities, we will broadcast from WrestleMania 41 if it's in Minneapolis next year.
Mm.
So how exactly? So some people's like, exactly how you going to do that? I have a whole year to figure that out. So we will. Now I'm aware of SummerSlam being in Cleveland this year. Not interested in going to Cleveland. Like, no offense, but I will stop there one day, just not for this WrestleMania. But if I'm going to take BTSI show on the road for a wrestling event, it has to be WrestleMania first, and we'll work. Everything else will trickle down there. But WrestleMania 41, Minneapolis, next year, we're going to broadcast there. We're definitely going to be on the road. We're going to broadcast from the. We'll see. We'll probably broadcast from the stadium, and we'll see how that works out. Hopefully, security don't tackle me. Now, now, let's get into predictions for WrestleMania. This is what we know now, as far as who's the matches. We don't know the nights yet, but there's actually, let me say this disclaimer. Give me 1 second because I don't want you to get implemented in this. Ladies and gentlemen, be advised. The BTSI show, Christopher J is not a professional broker. You must, if you have a gambling problem, please go seek help from your medical or mental profession. The predictions that I give here are for fun. I will let you know what I believe. I am not condoning or endorsing anyone to spend money or make any bets. Please use discernment, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I had to put out that disclaimer because I didn't want you to get implemented. So,
all right.
First up, singles match: WWE Women's Champion Io Sky champion versus Bayley. Who do you think is winning?
I think Bayley gonna win, and I also think it's gonna be some type of twist. I just can't put my finger on it, but I'm thinking Dakota is playing double sides. Maybe she acting like she joining Io Sky, but by the time WrestleMania comes, she screws Io Sky, then turn around and screws Bayley later on, which cause like a triple threat, maybe by SummerSlam.
I can see that. That's a good take. I will say Bayley for the simple fact that obviously you're gonna have the Kabuki Warriors and you're gonna have Dakota Kai at ringside. She's gonna win, but I see Naomi get involved. I see Bianca Belair get involved. I also see them adding Jade Cargill into WrestleMania because I don't like how WWE's been utilizing her. You're not utilizing the Rumble. Yeah, thank you for the Royal Rumble, but I need more of this woman. Besides, I still want my Jade Cargill Bianca Belair dream match.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So you need to give me that. So I have Bayley winning the championship at WrestleMania. Next up, Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. I'm going with Rhea. I'm just going with Rhea. I like Becky. I love Bayley. I mean, Becky Lynch.
Salute to Becky Lynch. She done came a long way. You know, they did good keeping them separated, right? And to kind of like rebuild Becky Lynch as a top competitor to compete with Rhea Ripley, like how she had to match with Nia Jax. But Rhea Ripley will take the win. I'm going with Rhea.
Yeah, same here. It's not going to make any sense. Like some people gonna say, so how's Becky gonna beat Nia Jax? It had to come to a certain stipulation for Becky to beat Nia Jax in a one-on-one match. No, it's not happening. So next up, Intercontinental Championship. As much as I love Sami Zayn, no, sorry, it's not happening. I refuse to believe that Gunther's dropping the title to Sami Zayn. I would have rather him drop that title to Chad Gable. Hell, even Jey Uso. And I like Sami. It's not happening.
Yeah, my thoughts on that is pretty much the same. Gunther's gonna smash up Sami. Sami gonna put up a good fight. He gonna have that last breath of a win until the end. But Gunther gonna take the win, And I think like majority of the people preferred Chad Gable WrestleMania moment. You know, he deserved it.
No, I agree. And salute to Gunther. I already told people, not this past Royal Rumble, but the one before that, there's 2 wrestlers you need to invest in. Gunther was one of them. It is clear, like, once he drops that title, Seth or Roman's not going to be championship that much longer. It's going to happen. Follow that, there's going to be a Gunther and a Damian Priest feud. Because those are the two wrestlers I have invested in for the future. Now, this 6-pack challenge, we're still determining the team, so it wouldn't be fair for me to make a prediction. I will say this: Judgment Day is going to drop those titles.
Yes, sir. I got a question on that though. Do you think during in this match they're gonna somehow split the belts? Like somebody climb the ladder, grab one title, and somebody climb the ladder, grab the other title, and split the belts up.
That would be they can. I would rather them not do that. Not at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Like you can do that. I wouldn't recommend them doing that at SummerSlam. That's a in between pay-per-view match. I can see them doing that at Money in the Bank. That's more like that's more of a Money in the Bank environment versus a WrestleMania. It's like, let's win these titles, and we'll sort out the details later.
Right.
But it's a thought. It's going to happen because they have to split their titles. They have to split the titles. But let's get to the next one. LA Knight versus AJ Styles. That's a tough one. That is a fucking tough one. I gotta go with AJ. I gotta go with AJ on this one.
What?
I mean, I like LA Knight. This is first WrestleMania. Although his first WrestleMania should have been last year.
Right.
Nah, they're not dropping it. But unfortunately, the sad part about this is gonna ruin his push for the unless what they're really gonna do is keep this feud going to like you're losing at WrestleMania, but we're gonna get you back in there. So the next pay-per-view, I would assume, is Payback. Then you get Money in the Bank and so on and so forth to keep this thing going. But I don't see LA Knight winning at Philadelphia, although I do believe he should.
Oh man, that was heartbreaking. That was heartbreaking.
Yeah, I know.
You really don't want AJ to lose right now. You don't want LA Knight to lose. Maybe it ends in. I mean, it's WrestleMania though. You want to win, right?
Yeah.
But maybe it ends in a double count out. They put each other through the announce table, and be counted out.
Oh, that's really you can build AJ Styles because I'm not really too concerned about AJ per se. You can if it's a double count out and they still try to fight afterwards and it turns into a brawl, then yeah, I can see that. I can see that working out at the end. But if I had to choose a winner, it's going to be AJ.
AJ, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go with LA Knight on this one.
Cool. Totally understand. Now this one, single match, Jay versus Jimmy, brothers versus brothers, third time at WrestleMania. And fun fact, I was there at WrestleMania 25 when it was Matt versus Jeff. And that was a brutal match. Big Brother won. I don't see why I don't see how Jimmy's going to lose this match. If it's just a one-on-one match, Jay. But since we all know about the bloodline, Jimmy. I expect Solo to be ringside.
Yeah. I wish they'd just have it one-on-one, no interference.
Me too.
But it's you're right. That bloodline dynamic is always somebody interfering. But I'm gonna stick my horns to Jay and say he come out on top?
I hope so. I really, really hope so. Because like I said, the push that he's getting, like I said, I kind of wish he won that Intercontinental Championship, but he already surpassed the bloodline because he already got a championship out right after he left with Cody. So yeah, my heart wants to say Jimmy, but my heart wants to say Jay, but if I had to guess, if I had to really make a sound judgment call, it's going to be Jimmy. That's my prediction on that one.
Okay.
But let's go with the triple threat match. I kind of don't like the triple threat match for the United States Championship. Logan Paul, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens. Salute to Randy Orton. Very unselfish of him because he doesn't have to be in this match. He doesn't have, like, ladies and gentlemen, Randy is a 14-time World Heavyweight Champion. He's two-way from tying John Cena and Ric Flair. He don't have to be in this match. But because he wants to work with the younger talent and give them that push, hey, salute to him. I say salute to him. Who's going to win in a triple threat match? Technically, if this was just Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens, part 2, it would have been Kevin Owens. Now you got Randy into the mix, which is a nice setup. I see Randy Orton at the end. I see Randy Orton and Kevin Owens hitting one another with either RKO or a stunner. That person's gonna get thrown out the ring. Logan Paul's gonna come and get the 1, 2, 3 and retain the title.
That's pretty much the way I see it. Logan Paul gonna be the sneaky person in the ring that's taking every opportunity he can to pin one or the other. But Logan Paul retains.
Yeah, it's gonna be Logan Paul, and let me give Logan Paul some credit. This is I'm not a fan of part-time wrestlers being champions. Obviously Roman Reigns is the exception. Logan Paul's doing his goddamn thing. Matter of fact, I have to. The best celebrity wrestler was Bad Bunny. If you guys have not watched any of Bad Bunny's matches, I totally understand why y'all think what I'm saying is crazy. I gotta give credit to Logan Paul. He's the best celebrity wrestler I've ever seen.
Yes, sir.
We got to give him credit on that.
Credit now, where it's due.
Let's get to these main events. WrestleMania Saturday, greatest tag team of all time, The Bloodline, The Rock. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I said The Rock, People's Champion. The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins. I'm gonna let you go first on this one.
Oh man, something just tell me Bloodline's gonna win, just so they can have that Avengers Civil War at night 2.
Who's gonna be on the Cody side?
We got. Oh man, you want to go now? Yeah. You want to wait till you get to that topic?
No. Okay, well, we'll wait till we get to that topic. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that stipulation that Cody, if you don't win, you'll never get a championship match again, I would say Cody Rhodes and Seth is going to win with obvious bloodline interference. I don't say there will be nobody sideline bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Bloodline on this one. I'm definitely gonna go with Bloodline on this one. Now, yes, because that's gonna set up Saturday. I'm just gonna set up for Sunday. Now, let's get to Sunday. World Heavyweight Championship: Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. It's only right. Drew's gonna win. Drew's going to win. And granted, obviously, outside of wrestling, ladies and gentlemen, if guys who don't know, Seth Rollins is in the new Captain America. I don't remember what character he's going to be playing. So Seth is going to drop that title at WrestleMania to Drew McIntyre. And obviously, Drew McIntyre deserves it because, number one, when he won the championship, it was in empty performance center. The following year,
Right.
he wrestled in front of 25,000 at WrestleMania. Didn't beat Bobby Lashley for the title. Now you have here. This was some of the best promo work I've seen
Yes, sir.
Drew do, because this is the first time that I can recall that we have an anti-hero in WWE. You don't know which side he's going to be on,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really of opportunity and convenience. So with this promo work that this promo thing that he's doing, this is the best Drew McIntyre I've seen. And I remember in WrestleMania, the Friday Night SmackDown, where Drew originally came to the company. It was WrestleMania 27. That SmackDown before WrestleMania 27 in Houston. I saw Drew McIntyre work when the cameras cut off and that type of stuff. From where he is now, from where he was there back then to where he is right now, especially with his promo work, thank you God. Give him that title. Seth, you gotta drop it. What's your take? Oh, one quick
Yeah,
second.
I'm gonna go with Drew on this one, man.
Drew, okay, give me. I got my sister just hopped in bed.
Yeah.
Jay, how you doing?
Hey, Mr. Christopher, I'm really sick, so my voice don't sound right.
That's okay. Big brother is sick too. I already took my third flu, and I had to push the show. The show must go on, as they say. So don't worry, we here. We're just doing the wrestling topics. Then once we're done with that, we're gonna switch over to quick hits, the show, and we'll get to some other things. But go ahead, get you some honey, some ginger, cayenne pepper, and all that good stuff, and I'll send you the recipe if you need it. Okay?
Thank you.
No problem. My bad, brother. I got Clubhouse. We're doing a simulcast. Yeah, I got a big brother. Got to look out for little sister. But you got
Yes,
Drew winning too.
Yes, sir. I got Drew taking the win. I ain't even count. I'm not even counting no cash ins on this in WrestleMania. No cash in.
Ooh. I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, good. Go on.
But yeah, I was gonna say what you just said. Drew McIntyre's on top of his game. Like Drew got me rolling. You know, he caught my attention. I mean, I always liked the Drew, but it like, yeah, now he back because I think Vince McMahon was trying to sink him under, and now that he revived himself, man, I'm loving the work.
Right, I totally agree. Now, main event: Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes 2, Bloodline Rules. Jesus. There's so many ways I can. Let me not make a prediction. Let me do it like this. Let me tell you the opportunities that can happen. Because I'm glad you brought that cash in, because the year is almost up for Damian Priest. He has to cash in that title. He has to cash in that briefcase.
Yes, sir.
I just don't think it would make sense for him to cash that during the Seth and Drew McIntyre. But why? It's WrestleMania. Why go so soft? Go hard. Cash it. I will see the possibility of him cashing that in during Roman Reigns and Cody's match is very much possible. Now that's a civil war that we want to talk about. Cody side, Bloodline side, Judgment Day,
and Judgment Day.
Yeah,
I ain't thinking about it that way.
because wrestling, they're in need of what's what I'm looking for, of a good WrestleMania Sunday. They haven't had one yet. Ever since they started doing 2 days, never been a good WrestleMania Sunday. So I can see that happening. That's one. Number two,
wow.
With all the Bloodline rules, I do see Seth getting involved, but I also see Seth Rollins turning heel. So that's the second option.
I see that.
And the third option is just simple. Cody Rhodes is going to be Cody Rhodes, and he's going to push through, and he's going to come with the 1, 2, 3. Obviously, Rock is going to be there. There's going to be some type of whatever the case may be. Cody Rhodes is going to have to orchestrate a plan where he takes out Jimmy. He takes out Solo. He somehow takes out The Rock. And when Roman Reigns is going to attack, he needs to sidestep on and go for the 1-2-3. So the question is, which possibility is bound to happen? I honestly like the Bloodline, Cody Rhodes, and the Judgment Day Civil War thing.
Yeah.
I actually I think this is gonna happen. Cody's gonna lose. Cody's gonna lose.
You hurt me again.
But here, follow me on this one. The reason why he's gonna lose is because there's gonna be nothing but carnage around Roman Reigns, even from the Bloodline. Send in Damian Priest. Now Cody Rhodes could have the opportunity to wrestle for the title again. As much as I want him to complete the story, Cody Rhodes is going to lose. Damian Priest is going to cash in that title. That's my final answer. And this is good storyline by Cody Rhodes, by the way. But a side note, hey, take it outside wrestling. Hey, to all the haters, fuck y'all. Let The Rock do a 20-minute promo, because that's the most viewed segment on SmackDown when he's there. Let it happen. Right. He's bringing you money.
Sell out.
So shit, fuck y'all talking about. This is WWF Rock, the Attitude Era Rock. You want to let that shit happen? I want my nostalgia back. But go ahead, man.
Okay, this is what I got. Now I can see Damian Priest cashing in since you put that in my vision. I can see that. Seth Rollins, I can see him turning on Cody. Because they keep bringing up, only reason I say that because they keep bringing up this brother thing. Yeah, you my little brother, you know, and Roman Reigns, I created you type of dynamic. But, okay, we know it's going to be carnage. It's going to be everywhere. It's going to get wild. But this the thing. Nobody, I ain't heard nobody say this, and I ain't heard nobody think of it. But the only reason Cody going to win is because of Drew McIntyre. Yeah, yep, I said it. Yep. Drew McIntyre is the deciding factor for Cody win, because he's going to make sure Roman get the same treatment he got. Then it's unexpected. Nobody expecting that. But me, I'm expecting.
So Cody, you have Cody winning because Drew's going to win. And you want Drew to put Roman Reigns the same thing that he went through.
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay. I can. It's about that's a strong level possibility.
What Drew keeps saying is they keep putting it in there, right? When he cut promo, somebody else come out. What they always saying? Drew keep crying about the bloodline cost him the title. He keep crying about it. They keeping that little piece in there, just a little bit of it.
Right.
And I think it's gonna play out.
So I have to look for my tab. Okay, we could do that. We could definitely do that, man. And that is Wrestling Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. A main event. Actually, go ahead and type something in the chat, and I'm gonna make you mod. Go ahead, promote your channel, flag the comments, man. I appreciate you pulling up, man. Thank you, man.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Appreciate it. I appreciate you having me up here.
Yes, sir. We're gonna do more. We're gonna do more of these down the road. So yeah, trust and believe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And make sure excuse me, make sure you go on my chat and tap in something so I can see it on my.
Oh, my bad. Let me see.
Because yeah, we are simulcasting main events.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry about that. I got you. I'm on my phone on your channel.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good, man. I got you right there. Boom. You're all set, man. So flood the chat. Do what you got to do, man. I want people to check out your content as well. Like I said, we're gonna be doing this again, man. So I appreciate you for pulling up. Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm being the back. All right.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man.
Salute. All
right. And ladies and gentlemen, that was the segment Wrestling Wednesday. Now, some people are going to say, why did you start off BTSI show with Wrestling Wednesday? Obviously, it's Wednesday. That's number one. But number two, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not afraid to let people know the different contests that I talk about. I talk about anything and everything. I only talk about things that I'm well versed in. So let me make that clear. If I don't have the knowledge, I'm going to go look for it, study it, and see if this is going to be a productive conversation that I want to have with the masses. So that's how I get down. And God damn it, I did it again. There we go. Oh, where we at? So, like I said, salute to Man Event. Thank you for pulling up. He will drop his channel in the comment section. You guys go like, subscribe, and follow him, okay? So, let me see. Is it time for announcements? Not yet. Let's get into quick hits, shall we? Let's see. Let me get my boom. Here we go. Now, as you guys been seeing on your timelines, excuse me, as you guys been seeing on your timelines about this series, this docu-series called Quiet on Set. Heard about it, just haven't found time to really deep dive and invest into it. But last night, a name popped up, Dan Schneider. Now, when I saw that name, I say, I recognize that name from either All That, Kenan and Kel, or whatever the case may be. I was like, yep, that's starting to come back to me. When I turn on my phone, now it's the usual stuff. How kids were abused on a set, put in uncomfortable situations. Excuse me. Sorry. You put in uncomfortable situations. And something wild that I heard was like massages and stuff. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a firm believer of you have to drive in the speed limit that year allows. Like, there's some things that was acceptable in the 90s that's not acceptable now. So what makes this even worse is what they're being accused of was not acceptable back then. You can't paint a picture of why kids are giving you a massage, particularly if allegedly off the screen, because we're about to dive into his apology. Now, like they said, what about on screen? So if you're giving a massage on screen, like, how does that look like in the 90s? That's gonna look wild right now. Outside of you being a parent and you sitting back, you got one child with the big green leaf giving you a fan. You got the other children giving you a manicure, pedicure, and that type of stuff. You got somebody doing your nails and all that other stuff. So, like, how some parents want to create fantasy versus how the kids are moving right now. But if the opposite word was if this was done off screen and it was a real massage, yeah. If Christopher J was a parent in the 90s, I'm gonna be looking like, and I'm gonna tell homeboy, don't you ever have my kids put their grody paws on you. Let me fix this again. Jesus, I'm slipping. So he apologized for the massages and there being somewhat of a hostile work environment. Now, if people's like Dan Schneider, how does he look like? I want to say, hold on, because I saw him. I want to make sure this is right, because if you guys want to know how this person looks like, let me do this. Yeah, that's what I thought. He was the manager from Good Burger, Kenan and Kel segment show, movie, or whatever the case may be. The big manager, that's Dan Schneider. He's the one that ran, who was one of the heads that was in the writer's room, producing, and that type of stuff. So he had to take a lot of flack for what was going on the sets back then. So, like I said, hostile work environment for the children. I can only imagine. The writer's room. Now, this is where a lot of I don't even want to say that word because that's gonna sound crazy. This is when a lot of brainstorming. That's where I'm gonna use. The writers' room was a lot of brainstorming coming on. So keep in mind, all that was an improv show, and it trickled around to Nickelodeon. So it's like, what jokes can we make that is suitable for children, and that is just funny because the kids think this is funny, and they want to do this because they believe they're funny. I hear you, and I understand that, and I also understand that you don't technically run everything because to make any type of changes on the set or to the script, it has to go through the producers on the East Coast. It has to go through the producers on the West Coast. And it has to go through all these stages, and it has to be greenlit for something as a small, simple removal. So I totally get it, and I totally understand that. So the question is, where does it start? Writer's room. Everything starts in the writer's room. So what jokes did you say that is inappropriate back then, because it sure as hell inappropriate now. I don't know too many things that wouldn't fly back in the 90s that it's acceptable as far as, especially pertaining to children. I can't think of too many, or if any at all. So he had to apologize for that, because some of the jokes, as he looks back now, he's like, those jokes was inappropriate. And he probably just didn't know, or whatever the case may be, but it doesn't matter. He didn't know. Well, actually, as an adult, I wonder how old he was back then. You should have known. You should have. No, I believe you should have known. So we gotta hold him accountable for that. And for the record, he's not ducking or anything. He's actually apologizing. You guys can go look at the video from either Neighborhood Talk or from Hollywood Unlocked. It has an extended that statement sit down that he had with that gentleman. He explained everything. He owned up to everything. He apologized for everything. So, and another thing. Now, some people ask what was said and what happened. This is where the Neighborhood Talk video comes to play. I don't know. I don't know if that was Ariana Grande or not. I really don't. But you have a fit. Number one, they put a scene where they had Diddy as a special guest on one of the shows. I thought, not scroll, because I was like, you guys are whatever. So when it came to that one clip, and maybe it was Ariana Grande, I'm not 100% sure, but you saw a little girl who will put her toe in her mouth. Now, that's disgusting. I understand fetishes. Like, people have different type of fetishes. It's like, sorry, that's a big ass no for me. Like, feet, just no. So if that's where your mind is at, like as far as that's inappropriate for kids because of that, okay, let's do that. Because like I said, I don't deal with feet. So if y'all say it's inappropriate, I'll take your word for it. Now, you had another video where you had a girl trying to squeeze how do we squeeze juice out of the potato, and how she was holding it and doing that, it can look yeah, it's like you can see why they say that's inappropriate. And also keep in mind, I do understand the one side, they say you got to let these kids be kids. Like, nobody's thinking about that when nobody's thinking about that when it comes to kids, because these are kids and the kids are not even thinking about that. So they're gonna say, why are you trying to adulterize children? That is a fair conversation to have with those who have their emotions in check and they're smart enough to have that conversation. But also keep in mind, if it's inappropriate, it's inappropriate. And as adults, we can't trust the children to make that decision at times. Especially on a set where there was nothing but adults around and nobody said anything back then. So it probably went over their head. So another aspect of this conversation, which can make it so frustrating, is, are we looking at the 90s with 2009? And like I said, the best thing to go by is real simple. What was the speed limit for back then in the 90s? If that was inappropriate back then, in a discussion, that's why Dan Schneider had to apologize. Because he's looking back, he said this. He said this. Back then, that was inappropriate. And we didn't think this all the way through. So I had to take that apology. I had to take that on the chin. So, and also that leads to another question. Is this a as parents, I'm a father. Would I ever want my children working in the children's industry? I'll say this: wherever my son goes, I go. I'm a helicopter parent. If there's ever, I know helicopter parent get a negative connotation. If there's ever a time where you need to be a helicopter parent, it's in that industry, because it's up to the parents. Now, did a lot of adults fail these children? Yes, they did. But it's up to the parent to say, no, my child's not going to participate in that activity, putting his foot in the mouth. My child is not going to hold a foreign object in a way that it is very disgusting. My child is not going to wear a hoodie that says, I'm the coolest monkey in the jungle. The parents have to be there. And the way I say, at any time you try to take a parent away from the child, this contract is void. So, thoughts and prayers goes to those who were traumatized about what happened. That child industry is a very, very dangerous place, especially compared to the adult industry where it's just ran by adults, because adults do nothing but work there, where they rarely work with children, because these children are victims, innocent that can turn into victims, and you have to be careful because a victim could turn into a predator. So that children's industry is very dangerous. That's why it's best if parents are there every fucking step of the way, and don't let anybody try to cut you out. Like, you have to put a clause in the contract. As a parent, I can pull out at any time. I can pull my child out at any time. No penalties. Had that in the contract. And if anybody said we can't do that, well, you can't have my child. Have a nice day. Because at the end of the day, what's the point of all these children making all this money, getting all this fame, and when they turn an adult, when they become adult, they become Shia LaBeouf, they become Orlando Brown, they become whatever these child stars when they get older. So be there every step of the way if you want to get your child into that industry. So that's the first quick hit. Second one, Ryan Garcia, in this mental breakdown that he's going through. So he brought up he used to battle mental health at in the Breakfast Club interview, which I think is a respectfully, I'm very sensitive to those who have mental health, believe it or not, but I'm also willing to put my foot in somebody's ass, in spite of the fact if they have mental health issues or not. Now, with Ryan Garcia, when he brought that up, I understand that to have a conversation, but that has started to become an excuse for him to wild out. He went on Spaces and spoke with Andrew Tate and revealed what was happening in some section that's Illuminati ran, and how he said he don't give an F. I got the videos. I got all of this. Can't no one touch me. Blah, 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 blah. So let's speak to that. Ryan, if nobody could have touched you, how did you end up in that situation? If this is all true. If the Illuminati can't touch you, how did you find yourself in a situation where you had to witness that, if all this is true? Andrew Tate, I know where you went, the area you went to. Alex Jones confirmed it. If I recall correctly, without being so direct, Andrew Tate confirmed it. Matter of fact, Andrew Tate is still battling those people right now as we speak. But you brought all of this. You're bringing all of this on you. On top of that, you're mixing it with your mental health. Here's how I see it. If what you're saying is true, move accordingly. Because you talk about them pinning you down and make you watch some egregious things happen to children. Now, I believe Ryan to the extent of, yes, those happen. Maybe not as extreme. Well, yes, let me stop that because that's a lie. Those things do happen. Does it go reported? No. Is it going? It's going to hit any news blogs? No. It happens. Excuse me. It happens. Police do get involved. All this stuff happens, but because of politics and how things work at the top, it has to go under the radar. For the simple fact that, number one, you don't want too much attention brought on yourself, but also more importantly, you don't know who's on your team who might have partaken in some event similar to that, maybe on the lowest scale, even the lowest scales of participating in the things that he saw is grounds for isolation. Hell, jail time. So I wish I could sit here and say Ryan Garcia is telling the truth, but I can't because you went on the number one radio show in America and said, I used to battle mental health. I used to battle mental issues. And you went on your story to explain your episodes, your experiences. And albeit I do believe that you're a spiritual man and you probably had an encounter with God, a spiritual encounter. But you want people to believe you, but you introduce that to the world. This is why you have to be careful with your messaging. What you say now can affect other topics that you speak about later. See, truth be told, mental health and what you witnessed had nothing to do with each other, but because you presented mental health, now they have a scapegoat to say he's crazy. You have to be careful of the ammunition that you put out there. What I say right here can affect me down the road in a different lane, different sector that has nothing to do with it. It is very much possible. So, if what Ryan Garcia is saying is true, ladies and gentlemen, I'm inclined not to believe him. Because you didn't practice enough discernment and good decision making to choose your words carefully based off of what you experienced. See, when you experience something like that, you have to be careful of anything and everything you say because it will be used against you. You're your own worst enemy. And if you become your own worst enemy, how can you help others? If what he's saying is true. But right now, I have to chalk that up to him having a mental breakdown because he introduced it. Ryan Garcia, please make a better decision moving forward. Now, last quick hits segment, Benzino. How are we going to do this? He's upset with Dr. Dre because he said Eminem's probably one of the best MCs alive. And ladies and gentlemen, put any rapper, what rapper do you want to put against Eminem right now? Oh, wait. Anybody in the chat? Anybody? Do you guys want any rapper you think can out-rap or out-touch or go bar for Eminem? Because outside of him, Worse than 5'9", Kendrick, and some people at this point now, it's just battle rap now. You need to go get Daylight to go one-on-one against him at this point. That's the only way that this is going to be feasible. Now, Benzino took a shot at Eminem back in the 90s. That didn't work. That didn't work out in his favor, obviously. And when you thought Benzino finally came up with a win, not a win, actually come out with a good response song, only to later say, yeah, I had a lot of help with ghostwriters. Just like, what the fuck? This is not what hip-hop was based off of. This is not how, to call yourself an MC, if you're going to go at somebody, that need to be your pen and your pen only. I understand you need to make some touches because of the hooks and that type of stuff, because a lot of people who are exceptional MC just can't write a hook to save their life. Why, I don't know, but it is what it is. So, is I bet Zeno, you need to let this go. Now, why did Elm took a shot at Benzino in Doomsday 2? I don't know. I don't know what was said behind the scenes, because a lot of this stuff always transpires when nobody's looking and nobody's watching. So Hey, Big Crit don't get enough appreciation. Let me put that out there. As there's two songs, like if you're not trying to listen to, some people not trying to listen to the whole Crit song, go listen to One Train. The last verse is Big Crit. So just to get you guys introduced to him, and then if you want to see how versatile he is, go listen to him and Lecrae perform Mayday. So just understand who Big Crit is. See, Benzino is still stuck in the fact that in the 90s, and he's trying to come up with anything and everything to what's what I'm looking for. He's trying to come up with anything and everything to go at yeah. Oh, that's your mentor? Oh, salute to you. Salute to you. That's what's up. That's what's up. Oh, good. Hey, that's a great mentor to have. I believe you. I 100% believe you on that one. But Benzino, let this shit go. I don't know what slush you're taking. Now, do I think Elmo's ever going to do a Coi Leray feature? No. And believe it or not, Coi Leray's energy is cool. His hard music is getting a little bit better. But I don't think Elmo's ever going to do a feature with her daughter. There's so many things against that. That's not happening. And not to mention, you got Benzino crying on the Drink Champs over this. It's like, you know what, man, just go away. Let me not say that. Take your phone away. Go do something else. Go be a silent investor. Go make your money that way. Stop getting in the spotlight. And also, the more time Benzino gets in the spotlight, the more he takes away from his daughter. So yeah, Ben, I'm gonna need you to make a great parenting decision and just step away. Step away. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that was Quick Hits. Sorry, y'all. And I gotta get better because of the stuff we're doing next week. Speaking of next week, I have a special announcement that I'm gonna show you guys right now. This is actually let's take a let's do it now. I don't want to keep you guys waiting. So it's time that we go back on the road, ladies and gentlemen. We're going back on the road. Now the question is, where are we going? Well, let's see. Are we ready? Hold on. Let me see if I find it because I uploaded the other day. Where is it? I know for a fact I uploaded this the other day. What the hell happened to it? Let's see. Are you serious? Yeah, I said I'm running it wrong. Okay, y'all. Here's what we're gonna do. It's only right that the BTS show has some. It's only right that we have some technical difficulties. Ain't that a bitch? All right, y'all. Let's go on a 3.5 minute intermission, and when I come back, we're gonna have this announcement ready. You have my word, so I'll be right back. Go ahead, get a coffee. It's still the more time. Get a coffee break, get some donuts. Do what you gotta do. Be right back, y'all. Okay, we are back. My apologies. I thought I had that part taken care of the other day, which really threw me for a whole entire loop. But let's get into it. My guy, Cellulite Podcast is in the building. What's going on, fam? Now, we got an announcement. Actually, Cellulite, I'm glad you're here, man. I'm glad you're here. So, announcement time. Y'all ready? Here you go. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the BTSI show will be in Detroit, Michigan next weekend. I was sitting on this announcement for a while because I didn't quite know where the times was gonna ship, but everything's already set. My plane is set up, hotel set up, and all I gotta do is just get on the plane and get there. So it's official. I will be in Detroit next week. Now, why Detroit? 2 years ago, 2 summers ago to be exact. For those who know, I was supposed to be in Michigan, Detroit to be exact, for a meetup. I couldn't make it because I had to cancel the trip. For the simple fact that I had to put my family first. And my neighbors, their dirty habits crawled their way into my apartments. Because it was all in the same building. It crawled its way in there. And because of that, it caused me to, those who remember when Fight Club was active, it caused me to throw away damn near everything. That includes the furniture. That includes a lot of shoes that I have, some shirts, all of that had to go. Because if you did it, you move to your next place, this place where I'm at right now, you move there and you bring all that bad habit with you. No, you got to throw it away. I want to say between $5,000 to $10,000, maybe $12,000 was spent. And I had to sacrifice. And I wouldn't feel right to travel across the country while my family was left in Houston. We're not doing that. So I had to make the executive decision, which was an easy decision, in my opinion. It's real simple. Let's replace everything. Throw everything away, replace it. New furniture, new clothes, whatever I decided to keep, which was most of my dress attire, take it to the cleaners, do it over twice, and all that stuff. So I had to cancel that Detroit trip. But this year, I will be next weekend, to be exact. I will be in Detroit, Michigan. I will be shooting content while I'm down there. And if I have the free time, if my schedule doesn't bombard me with a lot of things to get done, I'll see. We'll see who wants to pull up. Oh, excuse me. We'll see who wants to. We can pull up and meet up in Detroit. Kick it a chill. Actually, now, before we get into the main event of the show, I need to say this. Ladies and gentlemen, in the next 5 to 10 years, you as a content creator, and I put that in air quotes, content contributor, content commentator, you're going to be more famous in the future than you are now. And a lot of things that, the reason why I'm saying this is because you're getting more eyes. You're not only getting your eyes through YouTube, you're getting your eyes through social media. You're actually going to start getting eyes through network television. Excuse me. Because network television, just like the radio, is dying, and they're going to have to find a way to stay relevant. They're going to start coming to you to license your content so they can play it and fill in their time slots. They're going to ask you to stream. Give me a 21-minute clip for this 30-minute time slot. Give me a 42-minute clip for this hour time slot. And looking at the time, I think we've been on for an hour and a half. So plenty of time for me. Now, with them doing this, you're going to have a lot of more eyes. And with you having a lot more eyes, you're going to have a lot of good, but you're also going to have a lot of people spewing a negative opinion about you. You're going to have people interjecting in conversation that you feel like they shouldn't be a part of, so on and so forth. Here's why I bring that up. You need to man the fuck up. You need to woman the fuck up. You need to have Instead of wearing shedding crocodile tears, I'm gonna need you to gain some alligator skin and get ready for the next 5 to 10 years. You're gonna be more famous and you're gonna be more richer. And there's something that comes with it, and that's the negativity of social media. You're gonna have everybody in your business. Everybody's gonna have an opinion on what you say, how you conduct yourself, and how you what your thought process are. And I'm telling you this right now. Let me take this out. I'm saying this right now. If you're having a problem with people in this small sector commenting on your business, what do you think is going to happen in 5 years from now? What do you think is going to happen in 10 years from now when you sign that contract and you get a bigger endorsement? You sign that contract and everybody knows you versus the I don't know how many people is following you and following us. If you can't handle this right now, you're not ready for the future. So go ahead and press that red button and get off the internet if you're not ready for this. This person knows who I'm talking to. Don't make me have this conversation with you again. So, with that being stated, the title of the stream of the season 10 premiere is the BTS show is I Am Not Superman. I am not Superman. Ladies and gentlemen, there's also a double entendre to that title, but I'll keep this focus on what it needs to be focused on. I have willingly given my personal life to YouTube, to social media, to any platform to help people get better. It's in no way, shape, or form to tell people that I'm perfect, to rub it in people's face. It's the simple fact that I have the right answers to a test you keep on failing. Here it is. But the problem is people want to see if there's any validity to the answers that you're giving them based off of your own personal lifestyle. And that's not how this is supposed to be. I've used this analogy before, ladies and gentlemen. When it comes to losing weight, your doctor or your dietitian, your nutritionist, whatever, they're big, fat, sloggly. Their body's still moving when they're standing still. Those type of doctors. And keep in mind, you want to lose weight so you don't look like that. So why am I bringing this up? Easy. Because the reason why you need to go to that doctor, because he's more qualified and more educated to help you get to the goal where you're going. You know why? Because he went to school for 4 years. You know why? Because he went to medical school for additional 4 years. You know why? Because he did his residency. You know why? Because he's still getting qualified to be smarter than what he was 10 or 12 plus years ago. Whether he applied that to his lifestyle or not, it's a decision that he decided to make. That doesn't make him any less wrong. The problem is, as failures, you can throw myself in that. As failures, we want to dictate the messenger from how they look, how they smell, how they sound, all of that. If that's the case, you haven't hit rock bottom yet, and you need to fall a little further. See, me being a believer of God the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, I don't dictate who the messenger is. I don't dictate how God gives me the message. Let me rephrase that. I don't dictate who needs to knock on the door and give me the word of God. Hey, God, I don't like this person you sent me. Holes in the socks, smells dirty. 3 of his teeth is social distancing. He has the George Jefferson thing going on. Eyes going northwest, other eyes going southeast. Grooming is abysmal. Sorry, God. Go ahead, take this one back. Let's try again. God sitting on his throne like, oh, really? Cancel all help. You ain't getting nothing from me. Fall a little further so you can humble yourself. So that way, when you're ready to receive the message, you'll be more than willing to accept any messenger, any mailman, any newspaper guy that delivers you what you need at the front door. Stop dictating who's going to save you. Allow yourself to be saved. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not Superman. That I am not. I am not perfect in this walk of life. I have did some things, some regrettable and unforgivable things. Christopher Joseph Laguerre, which is my legal name, has done some things that is going to his grave. You guys are focused on getting him. I present you Christopher J. Christopher J is a moniker of Christopher Joseph Laguerre. With all the stuff that I have given to the YouTube, you guys can't have more of him. Christopher Joseph Laguerre has to be protected. Because outside of this, he still has a job to do. He still has a family to run. He still has goals that he needs to accomplish. He's still trying to get back to school, which I start next month, my final semester of college. No way, at any circumstances, I can no longer give you guys, and I will hold myself accountable for this one. Although my name is Christopher J of the BTSI Show on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, Clubhouse, whatever platforms, I try to mix it Chris. Chris doesn't follow me on this one. Oops. Chris doesn't have time for this. Chris works 91 hours a week. Chris has a family he has to look after. Chris has to get back to school so he can leverage his degree along with his extensive resume to find a job where they offer a good enough salary so that way he can work less and he can focus more on family. He can focus more on whatever his goals are. That's Superman right there. That's your Justice League leader right there. That's the guy that needs to be protected. Why this title? Christopher J is not him. Christopher J cannot live up to what Christopher Joseph Laguerre has been doing for 36 years of counting. Christopher J is only 9 years old. Although this is the season 10 premiere, I'm only 9 years old. That Christopher been through, excuse me, that Chris right there has been through things that most people cannot imagine. Yes, I understand people grew up without a father. Yes, I understand people grew up around drugs. Yes, I understand people grew up around assaults, murder, etc. I understand all of that. Christopher Joseph Laguerre went through a different type of struggle. Let me say that again. Christopher J went through a different type of struggle. I wish I could have the and I mean this respectfully when I say this for those who this applies to. I wish I had the problems of not growing up without a father. I wish I had the problems of growing up in a community like I mentioned earlier. Because for some reason, I see a lot of success stories in those particular environments. Not to say you should actively go put your kids in that environment to raise up to get them out of there. No one's saying that. But what I'm saying is the stuff I went through, it leaves a mental scar that takes time to heal. And once you do heal it, you have to see the world in a different light. And the certain decisions that you make, it's based off of your past experience, but you know it's the right thing to do, no matter how it appears on the outside looking in. And Christopher Joseph McGuire has made countless of decisions that most people say that makes no sense until it finally makes sense. Well, at least when they see that it finally makes sense. I already knew what time it is. If anything, this you can say this is a funeral or memorial service for Christopher Joseph McGuire, because that side of me, I cannot bring that on YouTube, because those are standards that a lot of people cannot live up to. And I don't want to give people the idea that I'm better than them, because that's going to turn a lot of people off and that's going to steer a lot of people away. So I have to protect. I have to protect this. I have to protect this, and I have to protect all of this. So Christopher J, he's not Superman. So what are you guys going to do with Christopher J? Christopher J is still going to talk about what he wants to talk about. Christopher J is just not going to involve Christopher Joseph McGuire, because that's the right decision to make. So the question is, how do we move forward with this with Christopher J? Since the real Chris will no longer be implemented intentionally and moving forward. Well, it's real simple. I said this on Fatty Show the other day. This is wrestling. All the stuff that's going on outside of their drama and whatever, it's all wrestling. That is a walking WWE storytelling script. See, if everybody's playing a character online with the hint of legitimacy, this would be easy. The problem is when you play with somebody who's not playing with the topic that should not be played around, that's when it gets messy. That's when everything starts to blow up. There is no Vince McMahon running this thing. Who knows? Maybe I need to throw my hat in the ring just to let everybody know he is I and I am him. Maybe. We'll see. But with Christopher J, I get to dictate the storytelling, my creativity, and my imagination, which is great, because unfortunately in this space, I think a lot of people lack creativity. I think a lot of people lack imagination. Because do you know how I know that? Because some of you guys' storytelling be putrid, horrible. Who raised y'all? What, could it be me? Like, since I've been in this space, a lot of people have a commentary about who I am or what they think I am. And as I listen to it, it's like, you mean to tell me you couldn't come up with a better story than that? Now, did you at least put some effort into it? I understand waking up, and because you do this, you could turn shit to gold with a simple stroke with the finger and press reset. No, you amateurs don't know what the hell y'all doing. Y'all don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. And there's always something to make a joke when it's come from a truthful place. It makes it more funnier. These people lack that. Now, which all goes to a reason where we need to find a way to name the space, because like a bunch of losers, nobody's rejects. They say this is a Fight Club sector. Fight Club's no longer here no more. So what's the name of the sector? A lot of people, Lapeef have his own sector. This is not it. So what is it? I'm just saying, it can't be Fight Club. So I'm gonna leave that responsibility to me to find out how to dictate the space moving forward and whatever the case may be. Because like I said, some of your creativity is all with these characters that you guys created. So yeah, I'll go there. So yeah, I believe a lot of people are 100% genuine with what they say on YouTube? No, I don't. I don't think a lot of people are. There's a handful. I was one of them. But now, because your goal is, oh shit, my bad. Coming to this, God damn it. I did not see you, brother. My bad. hold on, man. Okay, there he is. Moa, my bad. What's up, man?
No, you're good. You know, the app did a weird thing. You can't invite people from the audience. You have to be on stage now. They did the whole way. The app, the Clubhouse app, you can't invite people from the audience. You can only do it on stage. Like the whole invite button, where you invite people.
Yeah.
With the plus sign, the dude with the plus sign.
Yeah.
Is right next. Yeah, you can't do that while in the audience. You have to do it on stage.
That's complete. Oh, Jesus. This is the app. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the app that I came back to. Good fucking God. Thanks for the heads up, man. But what's going on? How you feeling?
No, nothing much. I'm doing good. Sorry, I knew you know there was the gameplay to meet with you in Houston, but some family issues came up, so
no, it's all good, man. Matter of fact, I spoke on this earlier. Allegedly, WrestleMania will be in Minnesota next year, and if that's the case, we're gonna do a live show from Minnesota. So I would definitely be pulling up.
No, definitely for that. I'm gonna try to see because I'm leaving out of the country, so I'm trying to see if I can see, meet you before I do that.
All right, bet.
So
keep me posted on that one.
Yeah, most definitely. What did I miss? I don't think I ever asked you about the I'm Not Superman scenario.
Yeah, we're on that subject right now. So here's the thing with the whole thing about I'm Not Superman. My legal name is Christopher Joseph Uguar, and that's Superman. But because of the things that I went through personally, I can't bring that to YouTube because people are not ready for that version of me yet. Because I have to tell you what I went through from as a child, from how my parents went from separation to divorce and all the things that entail with that. I had to go in details of possible emotional damage. I had to go in details about going to therapy twice. I had to go into details about for custody issues going in and out of court 10 times in 1 year. Granted, not pertaining to me, pertaining to another family member. And I have to go in details of how that can mentally break you depending on how strong you are. I'm still here to this day. Now, a lot of people are going to say that how come you need to expose more of that? But my rebuttal to that is real simple. I have. So if you're not getting that idea or that grasp of me, Christopher Joseph Gar have better things to do. Christopher Joseph Gar doesn't want to waste his time. He wants to help people. He wants to make sure people get where they can in life. But Christopher Joseph Gar understands how valuable time is and how he cannot waste time. So when I say I'm not Superman, it's goodbye, Christopher Joseph Aguirre. Happy 9th birthday to Christopher J of the BTSI show. Although this is the season 10 premiere, this is what you get. You want to get more of this. Where people want to dive deep into my personal life. They're like, no, you don't get that. I gave you all that. You can't get that moving forward. And if I do decide to give you more of that, AFR, 1 second. If I do decide to give you more of that, that's because I genuinely wanted to do that. But other than that, looking into your personal to see if the advice I'm giving you matches my personal life, no, you don't get that. Just know that you're failing the test, and I have the answers. What you're gonna do with that? 1 second, come on, 1 second. Making his debut on the BTSI show. Uh, he is a veteran. He needs to be respected. Although he gets on my goddamn nerves, he's still appreciated. Ladies and gentlemen, AFR is in the building. BTSI show premiere. Debut, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I am chilling, man. Thank you for the respect you show. I just came on to say, now I respect your I respect your content. I just wanted to add something, I guess, because I like what you're saying, especially about the Superman thing, because a lot of black men with families, you know, they kind of don't get no respect or recognition. Um, I Can you talk more about, like, or if you want to incorporate it in, this just AFR being annoying, more like are you like more like stuff that strengthens your family, like protecting your family type stuff, like firearms and those types of things? Because the reason why I would say incorporate some things like that, because times are getting a bit crazy, and I say like a lot of systems are like breaking down traditional systems. So a lot of like services and things we are used to as, I guess, Westerners or Americans or black people where we live, we're not getting that same stuff. So we have to be more like self-reliant. So
No, I agree. Now here's the thing. Although Christopher Joseph Guard is going away, that still doesn't mean it's not Christopher J's responsibility to educate people. As you said, with all the things changing, how times where as a black man you need to be there more for your family now more so than ever to protect your homes physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially. Yeah, even something as having a firearm in the house, particularly a shotgun, ladies and gentlemen. Let me AFR can tell you guys about that. If you're gonna protect your home, and man, if you're gonna put a gun in your wife's head, let it be a shotgun. I have a just for work. I have a Smith & Wesson SD9, the most entry
mhm.
level of handguns to get it. If you never had a handgun, I just got it for work because we ain't using it. I use my
Yeah.
I de-escalate situation, but it's like don't get it twisted. I still have it on me, but shotgun to protect your home. Put a shotgun in the house if you really want to have some form of protection. But yes, as black men, we have to. I still in accompaniment to educate people. Although I'm taking the real life away, I still have to put people in positions like, okay, y'all, here's what you need to do. Now, fortunately, people still want examples of people who have did it. So now that I'm not revealing my personal life anymore, it's my job to go find those examples to use, i.e., you. As far as when it comes to rifles, yeah, I can definitely send people your way. I was like, you need to go talk to AFR. He knows all about that. He can probably tell you that. He can just wake up and educate you what firearm is permitted in a household, the laws, how you need to protect yourself, and all that stuff. You got to have different people in your circle to educate you. Like, for example, I got one here. Mohan's on the stage. If I need any information about the walk of life when it comes to NOI, I can go to him. My boy Sorry is on the building. Anything New York, anything that I need to know East Coast and education, he's on the stage. He can help me out at any time. That's a simple text. Like, bro, I need you to walk me through. So in taking away Christopher Joseph McGuire, the person, I have to push my team forward because they are the leading examples that's going to give everybody the answers that they need.
No, 100%. And that's why even though AFR maybe acts like I might know a few things, I literally like going to spaces like yours and other folks where I don't get the same information, because that's why I like a lot of smaller YouTubers, because people are more authentic. They're more raw. And when I say raw, in the sense that you're not coming with BS, you're coming with, you're Christopher J, you're the family man, You're trying to impart information. And that's why, I speak on my stuff and say, hey, this is what I do. But like, no, seriously, just people need to be well rounded. And that's why I shut up and listen and I lurk in a lot of spaces. Yeah.
No, that's all we could do. But 1 second, quick. Sorry, what's up, man?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How are you? Long time no speak to you, brother. How you been?
Yeah, man. I had to. We doing season 10. I had to come back to the app for the simple fact. One, I missed the app. I missed the people around here. But on the Clubhouse side, I was shocked on how certain people took a step back as far as intelligence and common sense. It's like the app got worse once we wasn't as frequent on here. And it's like, oh no, I should have never left to begin with. So I had to come back, man. But
I'm not gonna lie, a lot of things that I already knew came to fruition. A lot of bad and good things happened to me since I've been away. I remember I told Nerd about a specific woman that was on here who I talked to for like about 2 weeks, and I had told him like, I'm gonna stop speaking to her because I think she's trying to leaning towards somebody else, and she's trying to still talk to me on some horror stuff. So I'm gonna cut her off. Lo and behold, I left and come back, and I was right. And it's like you can't pick it up, but it's like yeah, as far as the conversation pieces on this app, it's gotten worse. Now I believe that I see a lot of people change too on here. As far as me too, I didn't find God. God's already there, but I push more on purpose, assets, and my spirituality, family more than anything now. Yeah, I'm actually willing to go into this dialogue. I mean, a lot of things have changed in my life as well. I work for a corporation that's like a non-charity food bank. We give food to people in need, and I'm getting paid for doing something that I like doing, and I don't really need a job here too, but something that happened to my father, so kind of suing the city. So right now I'm just just taking things one day at a time. And, I decided to come back on Clubhouse after I got out of my big depression, because after I lost my dad last year, I was kind of depressed.
My condolences.
Very, thank you. I appreciate it. But I'm still a little depressed, but not as depressed as I was when it first initially happened. So slowly but surely, I'm coming back on the app and just realizing what's happening. I'm down with BTSI, and always respected your joint. And season 10 premiere. I'm not Superman. I'm definitely not Superman. I'm more of a Clark Kent. I have the core, I speak with, but I'm not a simp either.
No, fact. Yeah, we don't do the simp things here. We don't do that simp shit here. But hey man, you already know you can get in contact me anytime, man. My condolences. For the loss of your father, I empathize with that. You need to talk to anybody, or you just need a vent. You just need my 2 ears, bro. Cool. Hit me up. Let's talk. Like, I'd rather you get that out than keep it in. So we are going to be here for you regardless. So glad you're back. You know how to get in contact with me. I ain't going nowhere. I promise. I'm not leaving Clubhouse again. I gave people my word. We're here to stay, and I got your back every step of the way, man.
Man, can I say something, Chris?
Yes, go ahead, man.
I had to leave Clubhouse because it's too toxic over there. Like, seriously, it's just too crazy over there, because it seems the craziest and most radical people get rewarded with listeners in Clubhouse. And so, like, if you drop something, you have something that has good decorum and actual conversation, like, I'll stop by. But I had to leave Clubhouse because it was just it's too much.
Right. No, I totally understand. That has been the census of Clubhouse. And the reason why I left, because the updates really pissed me off. I couldn't find the room, the live rooms, the chat things. It's like, I'm not about to do no fucking chat. Speaking of chat, real quick, Haas from Clubhouse. Hey man, you and I need to have a talk.
Oh yeah, what happened? I saw the chat, but I didn't know exactly what happened.
Like, I understand people. Okay, I'll bring it here to YouTube as well. So here's the thing, and Moha, I totally understand how you feel about IRL. So I totally understand. Raquel is a gem in this space. Raquel shows some vulnerability and actually opened up about parts of her life that we just didn't know. And quite frankly, it was none of our business. The fact that she wanted to open up about that was very, very noble of her. Matter of fact, when she opened up, I even asked questions to her. Like, Raquel, with what you're saying, there's women on this app who say, we went through the exact same thing, so you're no better than us. She did not run away from that conversation. She did not run away from that question. She answered it. She stood on the podium and she said, I had to take in all of that. And that's why, like I said, I respect her. I love her to this day. Her, Diego, Kat, Amber, although they every now and then they like to get on my nerves, but it's out of love, and I love them too. But here's my issue with Haas. Not the fact that you came at Raquel, because she's a grown woman. It is what it is. You can she has to understand the space that she's in, that she has to understand that you being a woman, particularly Dominican, half Haitian, people are still going to get on you. And because they receive all the names. Pygmies, mammies, all this other goofy shit that they try to put on women who actually is about the community and actually giving information. In the name of Christianity, they called her out of her name. They spat on her. They degraded, figuratively speaking, of course, when it comes to the physical words I'm using. Spat on her, berated her, all of that stuff. So much so that even she said in Works With This Title, I'm never, because of what I offered to this app and what just got shot back at me, I will never, ever volunteer information about my personal life again, particularly my marriage. Coming back to the stage, front of the room, E-Black is in the building. So because of that, I'm looking for a Haas because I know nobody on that stage want to talk to me. On the app, on YouTube, or in person, especially in person, because somebody's getting slapped behind that. I want to talk to Haas because it's like, and if this was just you and your chat just doing that, cool, let it happen. Well, cool as in it's fair game. If she has somebody that wants to speak up for her, they will. Or if she want to handle it, she'll handle it. But if you're going to say that under the rails of Christianity, I have a problem with that. And salute to AFR for coming in. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for pulling up. See, I have a problem with that because when we're trying to push the word of God, you can't do that. You can't wear that on your sleeve, then proceed to do what you did to her. So I want to have that conversation with him because I know nobody on that stage is pulling up because they pussy. I know that for a fact. Haas, I respect. I want to have that conversation with him so we can just have that conversation as brothers of believers. That's what I want to have that conversation with him about that. E-Black, what's up, man?
What's going on, my G? What's going on?
Not much, man. Just been on it. Been on this platform about the longest I've ever been on any platform. We at the 2-hour mark.
Yeah, man. I've noticed. I was like, man, usually you'd be like, I'm about to go.
Oh yeah.
But I like what you were talking about in regards to I'm not Superman, you know. I really enjoyed the fact that, you know, I feel the same way in a lot of ways where you feel you're trying to push too much on everybody, and then you realize, look, I gotta step back. You guys are only gonna get a certain version of me, but it ain't Superman, the one that you expect, you know?
Right.
We all have families, we all have real lives, we have kids we gotta take care of, we got situations that we go through and deal with, and especially if we're gonna be in some WWE YouTube stuff, then you're definitely not gonna get the real version of me, you know?
Right. Christopher Joseph McGuire cannot afford to be partake in this activity. So let's say somebody comes up with some storyline of me, one that I don't condone or abide by. I'm gonna listen to it. and I might just play along with it. But like, oh, we're playing that game now. Okay, I can play too. This is how story starts: beginning, middle, end. There needs to be a climax somewhere. So I want to hear your story, and you're really going to start to figure out how much creativity, storytelling, imagination people lack in this area, and that's where I come in. It's like, let me show you how to do this. And you guys going to make up shit about me? I can tell you what to do, how to do it, because you're actually boring the hell out of me. You're actually making me fall asleep with some of y'all imaginations or lack thereof. Because that's why I was saying the other day, I am a true content creator because of the storylines that I put in my videos, because of the hard work that I have to, the imagination I have to have, and also the creativity that I need to put in it, its structure, its organization, and its presentation. That I'm not going to fail in. Although I'm limited to the equipment that I use. With everybody else, and this is actually kind of sad, a lot of people have a lot more resources than I do. You can't create a simple storytelling that is like what they try to offer is applicable to my fucking 5-year-old.
Yeah, I agree. You know, I agree. I was actually talking to another content creator, and I was telling them definitely about, you know, a lot of YouTube is about storyline. It is about narrative. It is about timing. You know, is especially in kind of, I don't want to say the niche list, because this is the space that we're technically in is a niche, but there is, how can I say, in this particular space there is, you're more tied towards a storyline and a narrative than anything else. Um,
Mm-hmm.
if this was like if we're on a computer channel, that doesn't necessarily need the storyline. You know, if you're on a makeup channel, that doesn't need a storyline. They you know, it's all day to day. You know, they don't have to keep up with trends, current topics, news, politics, culture, all that stuff. You know, they could drop a video tomorrow and walk away from the computer, and it really doesn't matter a lot of what's going on outside of what they're doing on their own channel. The type of content that we kind of create, where we're speaking to the people and we're engaging with the audience, um, there is an expectation of them kind of like liking you or understanding you, if that's the right way of saying it. And it gets OD. Some people OD on it. You know, they want to dig and pry into your personal life, and they want to know every single thing that you've done, and then they judge you. And I, like I said, I've been well enough to keep my personal life off the internet as much as I could. You know, a lot of people still don't know me, and I tell people, you're not gonna get not necessarily the real me. You're gonna get versions and shades of me, because
Right.
I can't live up to those standards, and I have to separate, because in real life I do have real stuff to going through.
Mm. Right. And if I have to be the catalyst for the change, like keep the real you off the line, it is what it is. Like I said, this is the most I've ever said my legal name, Christopher Joseph Bouguard. Christopher Joseph Bouguard is going away. Christopher J is 9 years old. So, and he is not Superman. So my personal life is my personal life. If I like I said earlier, with what I'm offering, if I have the right answers to the test, that's all I'm offering you.
Yeah.
If you want some examples from my personal life, you're not getting it.
Yep.
I'll see who on my team or who around me I can get some examples for. But as far as me, no, that ain't happening no more. Moa, you wanted to say something? And just for and let you guys know we're simulcast live. YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and Clubhouse. Moa, go ahead.
You know, I was letting you know that on the app, sometimes it may kick one of us, me and Asari, out. Based on if we move to another room by accident or if the app just crashes. And then another thing, the public announcement that the app gave, Paul, one of the founders, he also said that on this app, at exactly 2 a.m. Central Time, which would probably be 4 a.m. for you, 5 a.m. for the East Coast, like me and Asari, the app won't be working until 30 minutes later. So if you're in the room for example, you can't leave the room.
Oh no.
If you get on the app, it's gonna show error bender. Like, normally we use an app that is what is updating stuff, or just like a system check when you're using a mobile bank app, stuff like that. It's gonna work exactly like that. So and this is for the 22nd. I don't know what day. That's Friday.
Yeah, that's Friday.
So,
yeah, I'm gonna be knocked out of sleep. I'm gonna be knocked out sleeping anyway. So,
in case if you're online,
Oh yeah. Nah, I got. As soon as I get
same thing with Asari as well.
Oh yeah, because like I said, the miles that I'm working, I try to sleep as much as I can. So I ain't tripping, but I appreciate that, man. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was I am not Superman. Hey y'all, it's okay. If you guys said, if anybody was to come and say to me, hey Chris, you getting all this? Are you doing this in your life? Like, are you married? Are you divorced? Are you dating? Are you doing this? None of your fucking business. You're failing. And I have the right answers from people who actually did what you did and did it better. You mean to tell me you don't want the answer? Then you deserve to fail. When God sends you a message in the life, take the fucking message. That's what people's problem is. You guys will no longer get Christopher Joseph Aguirre. And I apologize for giving you guys that hell because you guys should never receive them to begin with. So I will take that up. It will never happen again. If I volunteer any parts of my personal life, it's because I generally want to, and it's going to be a quick pop in and quick pop out. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was I Am Not Superman. And guess what? We still got one more segment to go. But just to I'm gonna play this video again because I actually have a second announcement. But in case you wasn't here, here is the here's the first announcement about what's going to happen Easter weekend next week. All right, y'all. The BTSI show will be broadcasting live from Detroit, Michigan next weekend, Easter weekend. Now, like I said earlier, I was supposed to be in Detroit 2 years ago. I had to cancel that trip because, like I said, I had to prioritize family over everything, and because of that, I had to skip out on that trip. Now that my schedule is a little bit different now, I'm going to swing by Detroit. I'll be there Friday. I'm leaving Monday morning, and we're gonna be shooting content while we're down there, live stream. But I'm also going to be shooting around the city or within the city. So if my schedule ever frees up, I'm not going to say it will. I can't guarantee that because it's my first time going to Detroit. This is going to be my first time in the Midwest. So if something's free up, we're going to pull up. I will be there. If you want to meet up, cool, just let me know. Now, second announcement. When Fight Club, people always said this is a Fight Club sector, and that's fair because from Fight Club, it bred a lot of content commenters and content contributors, people from the chat. That was their space. And now, keep in mind, that's why I always try to separate the three. There's a difference between you call yourself a content creator when you're actually a commentator or contributor. But you guys heard me beat that dead horse before. Ever since Anton shut down Fight Club, there has been some type of void in the space. Now, and for the record, I'm not faulting Anton for shutting it down. He made a business decision that was best for him, and if it's working, it's working. The late night show with Anton, people are pulling up for that. That's still doing the numbers. Hell, I think that's doing the same. That's doing the same Fight Club numbers. Anyway, or might be a little bit more depending on how you break down the segments. So Anton is winning in that department. So salute to him. However, there are people who want that feeling, and I'm here to say this: Fight Club is not coming back. I don't think anybody's ever going to recreate that feeling of what Fight Club was. So the best thing for you to do is to create something new, create an entirely different format, something for the chat, something for the content commenters, something for the content contributors. And yes, content creators could come in there as well and mingle with everybody. I don't know if I need if the current equipment that I have can support that. Maybe it can, maybe it can't. With some more research that I'm going to do, I may introduce something called the compound. Obviously, the title's fluid. Well, we could change that. We could work with something, but I'm going to introduce the compound where we can all come in one space. Here's the topic. Go.
Pause.
Yeah, definitely pause. So now the question is how, like, what days is it going to be on, that type of stuff. I'm still working through the details because I got to see if this entirely makes sense and the type of dedication I'm going to have to put in to have that feasible. But as of right now, I am very interested in constructing the compound for the content commenters, contributors, and creators to come in one space and build something new that's going to be long term. Eli, what's your thoughts on that?
I think it's really tough to really have a commentary on that. We all have our different perspectives. I've always said that Fight Club started as the open panel version of Lapeef.
Mm-hmm.
Some people say, well, it's a different audience and it's based on Anton. And I say, well, that could be argued, but the same people that were on Lapeef were on Fight Club that's called in during the time when Lapeef opened up their chat. So it's debatable about the inception and how the space kind of grew out of that. However, like you said, there are other channels like DJ Hamp's channel. This might be risky that are kind of filling the void. Uh, and then I guess the niche of providing an open panel space where everybody can come and have a duke out, I guess. And
Right.
and even that, like I said, even to me, the earlier versions of Fight Club was always you were able to have a very loosely moderated debate with them.
Right.
It then changed into a all-out war fest. So and a clout chaser fest. So those things to me were different. So depending on what energy you're looking for, I say it's debatable. But you're absolutely right. If you want Fight Club back, you're gonna have to create it yourself and provide the and work with other people. That it was not a one person task. So
Right.
to recreate it, I would definitely say you would have to work with some group of people, network around, and also understand the history and how to make it better. And then also, like, if you want to make your own, make it your own. Do something different. I mean, gosh, you go to different sectors through YouTube, they're doing the exact same thing. Open panel slugfest. Hey, it's nothing new. What do you bring to the table? And that's all I'm gonna say on that.
Right. And it's something in the works. Like I'm not trying to go live with that anytime soon. Like even me being in Detroit next week, I'm definitely not gonna go live with that because like I said, I got too many things I need to accomplish. But something like that needs to be thought out fully. I just want to put the idea out there to expect something later on in the year. Whether it be one-time thing where we could test run it or we can see how it is. But it's something I have to orchestrate, and it's something I'm going to do. Like I understand Fatty has.
If you need me to help, man, I you know I'm always here, man.
Yes, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Oh, damn it. Yeah, because I know Fatty has a shadow round, but he'll if he chooses, it's he's given the opportunity for somebody to take the mantle. He's just chilling, so we'll see what happens, and I respect that of him. But I'm gonna definitely be in contact with a lot of people regarding that. But that was the second announcement. Like I said, I will be in Detroit next week, and the compound is in the works. So stay tuned to that. All right, now.
Hey, I'm gonna bounce out, man. But I appreciate you, man. I wanted to, of course, this is your season 10. I premiere, and I wanted to just show some support.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I'm gonna hit you up afterwards.
Yeah.
All right, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was E Black. Now, one last thing before we go. We're gonna do a talking point debunk. A lot of people is not gonna be happy, particularly the brothers. I'm already projected that. Let me move this up because I need to see this. Okay, perfect. There's a talking point we have to debunk, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm gonna have to warn you guys, just particularly the fellas, just calm down. We have to have this conversation because I came to this realization maybe a couple of months ago, and it just took me a step back. We need to talk about debunking the notions of alpha male. The alpha male. Is this a talking point that needs to be debunked? No.
There's no such thing as an alpha male.
Oh, we're about to get to that. We're about to get into that, but let's set it up because we agree. Now, hold on. Now, let's get the definition, ladies and gentlemen. It's a noun, the dominant male animal in a particular group. That's the definition of an alpha male, the dominant male animal in a particular group. In addition, a man tending to assume a dominant or domineering role in a social or professional situation. That's your definition of an alpha male. So, how did this alpha male thing started? Now, the term alpha male derived from research done by L. David Mack regarding a wolf pack. L. David Mack is the author of a book called The Wolf. It was published in 1970. Now, excuse me. He based his research at Michigan's Isle Royale National Park in the 60s. It might depend on where it's at. I might have to visit that when I get out there next week. He based on his wolf observation and research at the wildlife preserve, Mack conducted an observation of a wolf pack and found a dominant wolf leading the group, which led to the term alpha wolf. That's how this all started. Because, and it's another that also shows humans' ideas of trying to compare themselves to animals all the time. That's I'm gonna say that for a conversation for another day. And unfortunately, however, this term has been mistakenly associated with humans. Now, after writing a book on this concept, Mack researched the wolves in actual wildlife, and he realized he made a grade A mistake. The term alpha male, when he realized that there's no such thing as a dominant wolf or alpha wolf, based off his research in the wildlife. See, it's different. See, research at the zoo is completely different than research in the wildlife. You get the animals in its natural habitat. You get the authentic them. Where in the zoo, there's still some level of controls of how the animals got to move and how they got to dictate stuff. Don't get it twisted. There's still nature, but there isn't a controlled environment. Compared to wildlife, there ain't no fucking control. We dictate how we move out here, not the humans. So, coming to all of that, he tried to what's what I'm looking for? He realized his mistake. He tried to give it back to the public, but by then it was already too late. The term alpha male was already become like widespread. So before we get into my decision on this, sorry, what you got on the topic? Because you said there's no such thing, which I agree.
Yeah, I just don't agree in the notion of alpha male or beta male. A person could be a serial killer and have people demanding his respect, and as well as being a boxer and then braids his daughter's hair. So to me personally, there's no
That's a fact.
Alpha or beta male. It's just a male. You said certain thing, and even it's subjective. There's nothing as a good or bad person. But the person could be a serial killer murderer all his life, and his last year he changes his life and repents. Start doing good, and eventually does more good than bad. So yeah, there's no definitely many gray areas, and I'll land on that.
And also, I'm glad you brought up the Nigel Button, the Boston dude, his father. Ladies and gentlemen, my father's from Nigeria, so take that how you want to take that. The most masculine thing that I saw him do, I didn't realize this back then. I didn't really care to say anything back then because it is what it is. But now I can say this. I saw my dad do my sister's hair, the ponytails or pigtails or whatever he got to do, because he had to do what he had to do back then. That's probably the most masculine. Although I'm gonna debunk the whole masculine femininity thing later on this year, that's probably the most masculine thing I ever seen my dad do, was to humble himself and be there as a father, be there for your daughter, and where we will kind of look down or make fun of a man doing his daughter's hair. No, that's what my pops had to do at that time. Because my sister don't care about nothing about that. She don't know anything about that. One thing she does know is her hair has to be done for school, for recital, for church. My dad said, all right, let's get to jail. Let's go ahead and do your hair and make this work. That's probably the most masculine thing I ever seen my father ever do. Outside of the responsibilities that you have to do. So I'm glad you brought that up, but thanks for your input. But now, talking point, alpha male. Doesn't need to be debunked. Yes. On Wednesday, March 20th, 2024, we have to say rest in peace to alpha male and everything that comes along with it. For the simple idea that this is fruit of the poisonous tree. How this all started was based off of a fallacy. It was based off of a lie. It was based off of research that wasn't double checked. So you heard it here first. There's no such thing as an alpha male, which means there's no such thing as a beta male, Charlie male, Sigma male, all the other stuff. There's no such thing. Because how you started this was based off of fallacy. Now, does the same concept go across the board? Maybe, maybe not. We don't know. We just have to wait to see. But as of right now, alpha male, debunked. We cannot allow people to get that off in an argument anymore. We had to educate them that this started from research done in the 60s. We have to educate them that research led to a book that was published in the 70s. We have to educate them, let them know that research was then double checked to realize that it was wrong. And we have to let them know that people didn't care. They wanted to push their narrative forward because they like how it sounded. There's no such thing as this alpha male, ladies and gentlemen. So the question is, what do we need to replace alpha male with? Well, what do you believe in? I'm a firm believer of God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So that's an easy replacement. Matter of fact, that was there before this alpha male thing. What do we got to replace it? What do we replace it with? What goals do you need? What goals or what accomplishments need to be done in the house? Like, for example, the gender roles things to a degree. Like, obviously, everybody got to learn how to do everything. But truth be told, are you going to say, I'm not cleaning dishes, that's a woman's job? And we got guests coming over in a couple of minutes? You mean to tell me you're going to sit there and let those dishes stay in the sink? Yeah, you can probably see who was assigned the responsibilities and who didn't do their jobs. I'm not saying that because that's a conversation that need to be had. Like, all right, everybody got to pull their weight around here. Why did you not pull your weight? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just the fact that it's the woman's job to cook, clean, and do all that stuff. At least that's what the alpha male is going to tell her and make her do. But now that we know that it's based off of fallacy, does that hold any weight anymore? The answer is no. So now on your own spare time, ladies and gentlemen, you're gonna have to sit back and think, what decisions did I make? What social construct are we abiding by that is based off of a fallacy? And once we determine that, the question is, what do we do next? As the facts change, ladies and gentlemen, so does my opinion. Or when you get new details about information, you got to adapt. So we're going to have to we're going to have to unlearn everything that was taught to us and learn something new that makes sense in 2024. Obviously, if you keep attacking your principles, your standards, and all that stuff, I'm not telling y'all very too far away from that unless you have to. But we're gonna have to understand that the life we're living today was based off of a lie, and we need to go back and replace that lie with the truth. The question is, who's willing to do it? Like with the whole alpha male situation thing, like the household. Excuse me. Everybody got a job to do in the house, but if I see that somebody's slacking, I pick up their slack. If they see me slacking, they're gonna pick it up, regardless of the gender roles. So whatever the ultimate goal is, that's all that matters. And also, quickly, behavior, ladies and gentlemen, your behavior is predicated on everybody winning, everybody doing their job. Because that behavior of an alpha male, well, I'm not gonna say is I'm not gonna say what did they say? Toxic masculinity. I'm not saying that goofy shit, but I will say this: it's worth looking into about how we view this life as men. Now, I'm not saying go to the women and say, "Hey, you was right." What's up, man?
No, I was gonna say no such thing as toxic masculinity either.
No, that's a whole entire fact. Toxic masculinity, toxic femininity, so there ain't no such thing. But now, fellas, this is not where you say you go to your woman and you're like, "Hey, babe, I think you was right, so I'm sorry." So if you have to apologize to a woman for whatever you did and you know what's wrong, yeah, go apologize. But this is a simple fact that we need to dismantle a system that should never came off the ground, all because somebody did not check their work twice. It's only fair.
I got something we can promote. Not like we should promote that. Like try to push the thing that men shouldn't be speaking to women as far as what they believe about a particular situation.
Say that one more time.
Hold on one second. I got to step out. I'm in the break.
Okay, let's go.
So go ahead. Say what you're saying first until I get out the break.
Okay. No, I was just saying we're just gonna have to dismantle this system that was based off of the ideologies of being a alpha male. Now that we know that it's not true, because it just derived from studies of there being an alpha wolf. There's no such thing as an alpha wolf. There's just only wolves moving in packs and moving as one. So that's gonna have to be broken down. That's gonna have to be rid of, and we're gonna have to replace it with something new. Now, I'm not for you guys. Heard me do talking points debunk before. If I debunk something, it's only because I'm gonna replace it with something better. So I think you just need to replace it for the simple fact that everybody needs to be interdependent. Everybody needs to move as one. If you're talking about a household, excuse me. If you're in work and you that alpha male mentality gotta go. You're just a hard worker. You're a good player. You're a good boss. You're a good supervisor. That's a hard worker that's willing to push this company forward. And not only that, you're willing to help others as well, so that way everybody can win at the end. So that's my take on that. I'm sorry, you there?
Yeah, something I wanted to talk to you and Moha Nerd about too, because I'm on this other app, and whatchamacallit, I want to start a like a podcast with us, because we all think similar but different, and it's gonna be something. It's a video app too, so we can still do this on here, but I also want to start promoting like a little podcast thing about awareness and all that. But the thing I forgot the thought that I was gonna say before about so based on so basically, like, as far as talking, like, you see on the app, majority of the time, people are too busy trying to explain themselves to certain women about what they need to do, what they need to do. I think that's the underlying problem right there, because majority of women, especially on this app and all these other apps, they're going to be doing whatever what they want when they want. And even if we tell them what not to do and what to do, so there's going to be some sense out there in the world that's going to pick them up no matter what they are. So what I think what we need to do, what we should do, and that would make like this stuff better, is kind of gear the content towards men, because talking to women is null and void. I hate to be misogynistic, but the majority of them are dumb, and the rest of them are too much in their feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Not being facetious, but it's a fact. We've had countless dialogues with women on this app and off the app, and we know, like, anytime you go into trying to figure something out fully, it goes to the whole who hurt you, or thank you, appreciate it. It goes to the simple things like who hurt you and stuff like that. How you doing, Charmaine?
I'm fine. How are you?
Can't complain. You good? Like stuff like who hurt you, and they'll like or you'll bring up a particular topic on this app, and then the whole conversation is switched, so you never really get to the root. And then we have room where we're talking positive stuff, and people usually don't come in. So I think it has to be like, I don't know if it should be misleading, or we're gonna have to get on something where we just talk directly to men, because trying to make sense with the woman is futile, bro. Majority of these stars and artists are still gonna get beat down by a simp dude, and they're not really gonna understand it. And even the conversation that's right now, the alpha male, if we would have said that in a room with a bunch of women, they would have been like, maybe because you're not giving alpha male. And then that would have been a whole nother conversation.
Right.
Because some people choose not to listen to things. And it's like, me, I'm at a point in my life where it's like personally, like just yesterday I was in the room, right? And then we was having a conversation about the difference between the difference between people in a relationship, people not. And I was saying, in this day and age, there's no difference, because the people who are in a relationship are acting like they're not. And it's not all, it's majority. She's like, well, that must be your relationship. I said, ma'am, I recuse myself from speaking to you.
Right.
And you have nothing else to say to me, because majority of the time, these women be on here bitter. And don't get twisted, men be on here bitter too. But I think with most men, we're trying to actually do shit. And most of them are just trying to battle. And it's gonna, like, I'm with the content and all that, but like I said, download this app, BIGO, and it's a video app as well. There's a lot of negativity on that app too, but when you have your own room, there's a own little section where we can just, do stuff like that too on the app. But I support the BTS guys, so whatever you do on here, I'm with. And like I said though, but you see, anytime you do positive room, just make this title of the room, BW can't do nothing without DM.
Right.
How fast the numbers go up.
Right, and everybody know that's from here, from Clubhouse to YouTube. Everybody know that's not my style. Like, like the rare times I do a quote unquote troll room is to actually there's a message behind it. Like for example, the one time I did a room where I said, hoes. Wait a minute, if you get flown out, you're a hoe on escrow. That room led to a conversation people didn't expect. That's the type of thing. That's the type of thing I'm trying to do, and what I've been doing. But yeah, I'm not just gonna blatantly just say black women ain't shit without black men and that type of stuff. I'm not doing that. But to what you're saying,
no, I was just saying that was just that's a toxicity that people are just
right?
Like, it's weird,
right? And sometimes you got to separate yourself. You got to find a way to separate yourself from others. Like to what you were saying earlier, like to talk to men. That's what this space has always been on. Well, and for the record, I'm also referring to the people on YouTube. That's what this space has always been. I'm talking to the men. I need the women off the stage and don't click the link because I need to talk to the brothers. And it's up to the brothers to determine who their significant other is going to be. You need to find someone that's compatible for you, that's compatible for your relationship. Like you can't just pick you just can't pick anybody everybody just because like some of the dudes on and has a just for those on YouTube, when it comes to the audience, particularly this space, YouTube is a lot of nerds, lack of a better word. Where in Clubhouse, I'm actually dealing with a bunch of street niggas that have the same mentality. It's just there's two different walks of life. So I just want to throw that out there for context. But you have to talk to the brothers where the women is not listening. Well, if they're going to listen, they're going to be in the audience because their input is not necessary. Just like you go to a women's space, the men can be in the audience. Their input is not for the most part necessary, depending on what they're talking about. So the thing is, when the man talks to the men, it's the man's job to make sure that they find someone that's compatible with them, the likes, the wants, the education, the curiosity. All of that has to go through. So that way you don't have a fucking dickheads with people that they don't have no business being with. So yes, I do agree with that. We do need to talk to the brothers and allow the women to talk to the women. This is a man space. Let us talk to them. This is a woman space. Let the woman talk. And there are going to be times where we all intermingle together. Let's have that conversation and let's let it be fun, educational, and informative. But these bashing rooms, what they say, or these bashing streams that they do on YouTube, is like, what are we doing here? We're taking 10 steps backwards versus going forwards.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree.
Yeah. We're going to talk about that. And the idea of that podcast, yeah, we're going to definitely talk about that because that's something I'm interested in. But so, ladies and gentlemen, so yes, sorry, fellas, talking point debunked. No more alpha males. Well, you know me. I mean, no more beta, sigma, all the other stuff. All that is gone. Gone. Not to return. We can't do it. If it was based off of something true and accurate, granted, the next argument is why does humans always want to compare themselves to animals? Why you always want to go into the a nature standpoint versus move based off of principle standards, because that's what separates us from the animals. That's the story for another day. But now we don't even have to have that conversation pertaining to this topic because there's no such thing as alpha male because it was based on a lie. It's all right. Shake it off. We'll be fine. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, Jesus, we're at the almost at the 3 hour mark. And like I said, I'm slightly under the weather. And also I need to go take some Theraflu because like I said, I'm not missing this Detroit trip next week. But yeah, again, I will be in Detroit, Michigan next week. Did I have the thumbnail? Of course you don't have the thumbnail. Chris, what is wrong with you? Let me see if I can find it. Oops, don't want to do that. All right, there we go. So yeah, next week, weekend. I know I chose the wrong one. Whatever. I will be in Detroit, Michigan. We will be broadcasting live from Detroit. I'll be shooting within the city. A lot of contests, a lot of things I want to do. Excuse me. I'm actually glad that thumbnail was right there. Because, ladies and gentlemen, why am I going to, like I said, everybody knows why I'm going to Detroit now. But why are you doing this? Why are you going out of the city? Why are you going to other places? Because, ladies and gentlemen, I want to separate myself from everybody else. Not only that, whole Christopher Joseph Garland will not be partaking in this YouTube stuff, but to invest more into actually being a content creator. I'm in a space. Clubhouse is the exception to the rule. I'm in a space right now where people throw out that word content creator so loosely. What have you created? You ain't created nothing. You haven't even uploaded a video. Unless it's responding to somebody else's content. And I can't even call that them, I can't even call that content that you're responding to. That's just them being a commenter or a contributor. How about you guys take your cameras? And keep in mind, I'm talking to people who have more resources than me, because damn near all of y'all do, and that's perfectly fine. Salute to you. Get that camera, go outside the house. Go take a drive around your city. Go to the mall. Go to the store. Go wherever. Go. Just let your imagination flow. I did my vlog when I was going to DC. From when I went to DC and came back to Houston, I did a vlog. I did do War and Peace, the milestone, and that's only the surface level stuff. I can't wait to really dive deep into what I have plans to show everybody that I'm different than everybody else. And guess what? That's content you're gonna get for free. So I strongly suggest you take care of it, take advantage of it, especially within the next calendar year, because I can't guarantee that I'm going. Excuse me. I can't guarantee that I'm not going to be monetized next year. Meaning, when it comes to content creating and how to actually do it, especially with little to nothing, you're going to have to pay for that. So, if you want to reach out to me while it's now you're on the low lows for free, now would be a good time. Because at least I can put you in the right direction so we can have a conversation, so we can orchestrate something, so you can go ahead and set yourself away from the pack. I'm starting that right now by stepping myself away from everybody else. I'll still come around, visit. Like, it's my day off, which I hardly get those. I'm going to make my presence felt and pull up a panel today, chill. But other than that, I'm trying to distance myself from a lot of people, because I got a lot of my imagination and blood flow is flowing, and I gotta adhere to it. So, with that being stated, most of you guys are content commenters. Some of you guys are content contributors. You guys are not content creators. A lot of you guys are not content creators. And guess what? That's perfectly fine. That's no insult at all. I'm just saying, stop throwing that term around. Like I said, hopefully with the compound, I can have a space where all of y'all can come into one. More so contributors and commenters, because they need a space as well. I do agree with E-Black when you had the hamster of the world who come and provide that empty space and that void. But we also need more, according to the masters. So we'll see what we can do with that. But until then, be able to identify yourself, find out where you stay at, and don't over or under price yourself. If you're not a content creator, you're not a content creator. That's simple, that easy. Moa, sorry, any final words?
Yeah, bro, the Sims must die. That's about it.
God and purpose and assets. About it.
God's purpose, assets, and Sims must die. That's
correct. Yeah. I mean, not like literally in a physical way, but in a metaphorical way. Like, they have to be let go of every social media and real life because they ain't adding no value to this life at all.
Right. I totally understand and I get it. That's how you end the show.
And that's my opinion, not to be the BTSI show. That's just my heart speaking.
Man, it's all good, man. It's all good. But to those who stayed with me for these 3 hours, thank you. I greatly appreciate it. Those who've been who've been watching my content. I know people on this side of YouTube have been watching me for May 6th this year will mark 2 years. Those who've been rocking me since then, thank you. Those who have viewed my content beforehand, thank you. Those who have watched, and like I said, some content people are still watching to this day, which is shocking to me. I'm still in awe with the numbers that's growing. Like, I don't really look at the analytics like I used to anymore, but because I really do like numbers. When I saw that some of my old work is still being viewed, I'm like, wow. And that goes to show you why I'm here. What's my purpose for being here? It's not to make money. Otherwise, I'd have been monetized a long time ago. Or at least bare minimum halfway monetized. I've been fully monetized because I see that the more effort I put into this, the more results I get back. So, but that's not what I'm here for. I'm very grateful for those who have sent me cash apps. I love you, bless you, thank you. But the question is, why did they do that? Probably because the foundation of my message of this whole thing is not based off of money. It's based off of what I want to get to the people, the messages that I get to the people, the right answers that I want to get to the people, how I provide value to other people's life through my messaging. Maybe why? That's probably it. But guess what? If they don't send me money at all, that's cool. Did you get what I said? Like, at the end of the day, with the pertaining to the title, I'm not Superman. I don't know. This is a Eddie Griffin joke regarding Jesus is the true messenger or Allah is the true messenger. I don't give a fuck who the messenger is. Did you get the message? Did you get the message that you needed to get out of the situation that you're in? I don't care who you believe in. If you have the right answers, I'll take it. Moa is Islamic faith. He has a lot of right answers to questions that I just didn't have, to answers I didn't have, and I'm grateful for him. And probably vice versa as well. It's all about the message, ladies and gentlemen. The message is the importance. The message is why I'm here. And the message is the reason why I'm not going anywhere. Also, lastly, there are some people who don't like my message because it shines a light into the darkness. Let me say this on YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and on Clubhouse, because the replays are on Clubhouse. There's only one way to really silence me, and you're not built for that. Let me say that one more time with my shades off. There's only one real way to silence me, and you're not built for that. I am going to go to sleep. I'm going to wake up every morning, God's will. I will turn on this camera, and I will continue to spread my message. If you want to stop me, the first move is on you. But like I said, you are not built that way. So instead of doing something that you're going to regret, why don't you reach out to me and let's have a conversation? So we can come to a even playing field. We can come to a better understanding. Because I'm not running away from no conversation. So I had to make sure I get that message out because this is season premiere, baby. And I ain't holding back on anybody or anything. But to my, excuse me, to my moderators, Moa, sorry, Jay who came in earlier, and Afro who pulled up a little bit. God bless you guys, man. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. To my moderators in my chat, all the way from Red Lipstick, E Black, Robbie, We Unlock, and shout out to Main Event for pulling up. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. And also shout out to AFR who pulled up as well. This has been the season 10 premiere of the BTSI show. I am your host, Christopher J. Oh, one more thing. Next show, we're going to determine if I owe those who practice polygamy, I may owe you an apology, especially pertaining to polygamy from Christianity that might be in the Bible. Let me say that again.
And there is no might, it is in the Bible.
Yep. Then that means, you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna take some time, do some more research. I might owe polygamous. Polygamous is the right word, correct? Yes, it's polygamous.
Yep. Especially
Christian polygamous. I think I owe them an apology.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. The term Christian is so vague now. I'm not even a Christian. I would just say Abrahamic faith. You just say that Abrahamic faith is polygamy. Most Christians they probably didn't even read the majority of the Bible, so they'll just say, "No, the God says." They're gonna bring up parts in Proverbs and First and Second Corinthians pertaining to being with one wife.
Right.
But then if you go before that, in the earlier part of Proverbs, you see Solomon had 300 concubines and 400 wives. So it's like, what? So it's like,
yeah, right there in front of our face. So yeah, we'll be back next week. I don't know what day. I'm like I said, when it comes to conversations, I gotta make sure I construct I gotta construct it perfectly so the message get across. So if you believe in polygamy, especially like I said, it's an Abrahamic faith, correct? I think
it doesn't exist. Yes. Chris, it doesn't exist in the Quran. Just a heads up.
It does not exist in the Quran?
Yeah, it does not exist now.
What?
Oh, I didn't know that. I did not know
that. A lot of people
really?
But the verse talking about is in chapter 4, verse 3. It's actually talking about orphans. It has nothing to do with polygamy at all. It's talking about taking care of the orphans and the woman that the mothers of the orphans. It does not say.
You definitely got to do a room on that. So
holy shit!
You just like changed my whole.
We can talk about it privately and then do it publicly.
Oh hell yes, we gotta talk about this privately. Oh god damn, I got something I might need to do. We're gonna be in contact because I did not know that. So we might owe more than one group of people an apology. Son of a...
Wait, so stop Allah. So you mean it's probably if a person is of Islamic faith and they have more than one wife, they're sinning?
It's haram, right?
Okay, yeah, it's haram technically, but other people have what's called a Sunni Shia religion, which has nothing to do with the Quran. That's where they get their idea of the 4 wives, and it's mainstream where you guys may have heard of it. But in the Quran, both the Arabic and the English, it's not supporting it whatsoever. It's just talking.
You know what? I think I finally get you now. But when I went in your room, I was so confused, and now I understand your path. So you're similar to what I'm doing. You're similar to me. I'm going directly by scripture. You're going directly by scripture. People are just doing what they want and what they're picking and choosing. I get it now. Thank you for that clarification.
Yeah, it says the way it says 1, 2, and 3, and 4. It's talking about the amount of orphans you're able to take under your care. It has nothing to do with wives whatsoever. If you read from chapter 4, verse 3, all the way to like 20, all it's talking about is orphans. Nothing to do with wives.
Jesus. And also,
Yo, Chris, how you trying to end the room and we find
right? Why did you tell us this earlier, man? God damn!
My bad. I didn't know you was gonna have that. Like that was a part of the discussion. I'm thinking I'm Superman is about you. You know what I mean? Like I didn't think that it was about Islam or any religion.
Because what I'm doing this year is we're gonna go through the Bible because we're caught on what was told to us, and now what we can read and back up. So that's we have to, we're gonna talk. Maybe not today. Definitely, if we don't talk today, we're talking tomorrow. Both of you. I want to have that word because that was Jesus Christ. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen.
I was just like,
no, that was a bomb. Well, one thing I thought I dropped the bomb. You dropped a major bomb because the narrative is that you practice Islam, you can have up to 4 wives. That was always told to us.
Yep,
all my life.
Yeah, that's the mainstream Islam. But the Quranic Islam has nothing to do with the whatsoever.
Holy shit! I need to take a break. I need to go get a drink because God damn, I did not see that coming. Hooey! Let me maintain my composure. Let me get ready to close.
Yeah, I'm prepared.
Even in the Israelite faith, you're allowed to have more than one wife. And in Christianity, they talk about having one wife. But if you go in the scriptures, it doesn't say only one. As long as you take care of them and you're treating them with respect, you're being upright, and you're treating them how you treat yourself, God's not gonna send you to hell. So, yeah. But you saying that, that's ironic to the 5th degree. Like that's crazy, and I honestly think that majority of people wouldn't even understand what you just said either, because they probably still think that even the movie Muhammad Ali, he had mad wives. Like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he has mad wives.
Right.
We can go on forever about all these prominent.
Yeah, that's just Quraysh. That's just the Quraysh culture. To have multiple wives, and then they got braided into Islam. But if you read the Quranic the Arabic and the understanding of the English with the context, right? A lot of people just read the chapter 4, verse 3, thinking that it's talking about wives. But if you read the context, starting from verse 4, 1 all the way to 20, has nothing to do with wives whatsoever. It just tells you about the creation, starting verse 1 and 2, and then 3 all the way to 20. It's just talking about the orphans and the care you're supposed to have of the orphans. And Islam, you're allowed to only take up to 4 orphans under your care. Anything outside of that, God is telling you that is more than for you to handle. The thing is, with the Quranic Arabic, it only has, which is called the Fusha Arabic, only has 77,430 words. And I have the spreadsheet to show you guys word for word all of it. And it has 6,236 verses. 114 chapters and 30 juices. 30 juices means how to split the 114. So it just divided by 30 basically. So that's really all there is to it. But if you stick it by scripture, as Asari said, there's no such thing as wives. What they use as zina has nothing to do with single people. There's a lot of things, bro. It's a lot. If I knew we was gonna get into religion, I would have been more prepared to give you every single thing. But
we're gonna talk about that because although I'm a believer in God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, I think that's an important road that we need to have, and we're gonna see that we have it because we have to debunk that narrative because it's running rampant. So like I said, the alpha male narrative ran rampant. We have to stop these things right where it stands before it grows into something worse. So we'll talk about that later, but let me go ahead and shut down the room. Clubhouse, thank you. YouTube, Facebook, X, IG, thank you guys. I appreciate it. This is the BTSI Show. I'm the host, Christopher J. We will talk to you later. Peace out.